You here, Asanda Wakantini, and welcome, and we are live. Trying to figure out how does this thing work. Anyways, yeah, we are live, and why am I now yellow? Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So just came back from my walk. I didn't shoot at 6 a.m. this morning because it was so cold. But I said I am committed to do a reading every day. And let us now go to Ruth 2. Yesterday we read Ruth 1, and I said for the next 4 days, because Ruth is only 4 chapters, it only makes sense that to end of July, let's just finish and do Ruth. Let's go to Ruth. It's a very beautiful book. And this now chapter 2. Ruth meets Boaz in the grain field. We all know how this in Christian community, especially in the kingdom spouse talks, everyone talks about meeting your Boaz. And yeah, so I titled this Right Time, Right Place. And yeah, we'll see why I said that. Now Naomi had a relative on her husband's side, a man standing from the clan of Elimelech, whatever his name is, whose name was Boaz. And Ruth the Moabite said to Naomi, "Let me go to the fields and pick up leftover grain behind anyone in whose eyes I find favor." Ruth didn't sit and say, "I hope somebody comes through and shows me favor." Ruth decided, she was inspired to go and pick up leftover grains from anyone who shows her favor. She didn't know anyone was going to show her favor, but she said, from anyone who's going to show her favor. And Naomi said to her, "Go ahead, my daughter." So she went out, entered the field, and began to glean behind the harvesters. As it turned out, she was working in a field belonging to Boaz, who was from the clan of Elimelech. Just then Boaz arrived from Bethlehem and greeted the harvesters. "The Lord be with you." "The Lord bless you," they answered. Boaz asked the overseer of the harvesters, Who does that young woman belong to?" The overseer said, "She is a Moabite who has come back from Moab with Naomi." She said, "Please let me glean and gather amongst the sheavers behind the harvesters." She came behind the harvesters. She came into the field and has remained from the morning till now, except for a short rest in the shelter. Now see how here it's showing one, she was at this place making sure that she is working, making sure that she doesn't stop, making sure that she does get a bit of rest, because rest is essential. Like, one thing about the Bible, and everyone that has worked in the Bible, they always speak of rest. Even Jesus took some time off, withdrew from people and got to rest. So Boaz said to Ruth, "My daughter, listen to me. Do not go and glean in another field, and don't go away from here. Stay here with the women who work for me. Watch the field where men are harvesting and follow along after the women. I've told the men not to lay a hand on you. And whenever you are thirsty, go and drink from the water jars that the men have filled." See, favor, right time, right place. She got there, worked, and actually found favor from the owner of the field. Now, it's always nice that obviously in the end, this person, yada yada, becomes her husband, but it's very essential to see, besides the story that's always spoken about of how Boaz becomes a husband, but to look at the story of how she found favor because she was working, and she was even given a job. So I always say this, whatever you do, do it with all your might. Make sure that you are doing it with all your might. And that's the following video that I'm going to upload on this channel, maybe today or tomorrow. And thus she bowed down with her face on the ground. She asked him, "Why have I found such favor in your eyes that you notice me, a foreigner?" Boaz replies, "I've been told all that you have done for your mother-in-law since the death of your husband, how you left your father and mother and your homeland and came to live with people you did not know before. May the Lord repay you for what you have done. May you be richly rewarded by the Lord and the God of Israel, under whose wings you have come to take refuge. May you be richly rewarded by the Lord." It's so nice to see how she's now given favor. Guti kubega and be fine. Kubega and just you will be richly rewarded. "May I continue to find favor in your eyes, my Lord," she replies. "You have put me at ease by speaking kindly to your servant, though I do not have the standing of one of your servants. You have shown favor to me." See, there are certain places, because of not just your hard work, but because of how you just get there, you just get there and be humble. People just show you favor. People just show you favor. This week, I want you to be at the right place and at the right time, and have just put your head down, start working, and hope for notice. Not just go there expecting to be noticed, but go there expecting God's favor. Go there expecting that God will show favor to you. At the meantime, Boaz said to her, "Come over here, have some bread and dip it in wine vinegar." When she sat down with the harvesters and he offered her the roasted grain, she ate all she wanted and had left over. She got up to glean. Boaz gave orders by this man, "Let her gather amongst the shearers and don't reprimand her. Even pull out the stalks for her from the bundles and leave them for her to pick up. Don't buckle her." So Ruth gleaned on the field until the evening. Then she threshed the barley she had gathered, and it amounted to about an ephah. What's an ephah? About 13 kilograms or 30 pounds. She carried it back to town, and her mother-in-law saw how much she had gathered. Ruth also brought out and gave her what she had left over after she had eaten enough. Her mother-in-law asked, "Where did you glean today? Where did you work? Blessed is the man who took notice of you." Where did you work? Then Ruth told her mother-in-law about the one whose place she had been worked. The name of the man I worked for today is Boaz, she said. "The Lord bless him." Naomi said to her daughter-in-law, "He has not stopped showing his kindness to the living and the dead," she added. "That man is our close relative. He's one of our garden redeemers." Then Ruth the Moabite said, "He even said to me, 'Stay with my workers until they finish harvesting all my grain.'" Naomi said to Ruth, her daughter-in-law, "It is all good for you, my daughter, to go with women who work for him, because in someone else's field you might be harmed." So Ruth stayed close to the women of Boaz to glean until the barley and the wheat harvest was finished. She lived with her mother-in-law. Notice how, because of one, her kindness to her mother-in-law, and also obeying the order of the law, obeying the order of command, accepting where she is and doing what's supposed to be done at the place that she is, she obtains favor. So this week, be good at where you are. Do the best that you can do where you are. With that said, I love you lots, and I wish you a very good week. And yeah, let's continue reading Ruth and just meditating on the word of God and asking him to show us more than what's seen in each chapter that we read. Bye.